Wow! Please, do it again!
Hi there, welcome back to the Sensual Sounds of Disturbed Reality. I'm your host, Jarek120, teaching you powerful magic integrated with social dynamics. Today we'll be learning the Hoffman pass, using the Red Monarch deck, also known as the Tabletop Pass. A simple tap on the table controls a card from the middle of the deck to the top. Thanks for joining me today. Let's learn how to do it. Hello aspiring magicians, thanks for watching this video. This is one of my favorite passes to do, or definitely used to be when I was first learning how to do the pass and I felt self-conscious about executing the move without being seen. This is an exposed view of it. It's utilizing the Herman pass in a tapping motion, which is called the Hoffman pass. So it's a modified Herman pass where you're just using the cover of getting it on the table. As we know, the Herman pass is something similar to that. This is more, I'll break it down more, but this is more of opening the hand up, allowing the fingers to push the bottom packet into the open hand, and then covering up and squaring it up. There's a lot of different versions of this, but for this particular pass, the tabletop pass, we'll be implementing either a table or your knee if you're standing up or if you're sitting down at a table. There have been a lot of questions about what if you're surrounded or what if you're sitting at a table. The pass is kind of uncomfortable to be doing at the table. This is your go-to alternate method, and it is great for cover by blocking the move with your right hand. But again, this is what it looks like from an exposed view. Boom, that's what's happening. And let's go into breaking down how it works from the magician's perspective. So you're going to spread through, flip over the top or a middle card just for practice. Typically what you do is have someone pick a card, and then you split the cards in half, or the deck, or what have you, and you need this spread because this is going to help cover the move. This is the excuse to do the move. So once you put it back in the deck and you have this spread out motion, you're going to use these cards to turn over that top card, and you're going to get prepared to do this guy. Open up with your index finger from underneath. Now, different people will tell you different things. Some people might say use your pinky. Some people might say go in a straddle grip. It is totally up to you. This is the way that I learned. You may feel more comfortable using a straddle grip. But nonetheless, I tend to keep my pinky over here and just keep it gripped as such. Maybe you want to have your pinky down at the bottom to keep it balanced. Either way, I'm going to teach you the way that I learned it, and again, the whole pass is to experiment with your hands and your fingers of what works best for you and what's comfortable. Just like most magic tricks for that matter. So, you're going to square it up, and all these cards are going to go in the fleshy part of your thumb, the crotch of your thumb. And while that's happening, your index finger is going to go underneath. I hope you're following along. And just as a pretense, your entire right hand is going to block this move, so don't be worried about it being exposed right now. We're just learning the move. So, put it in your thumb, crotch, and as you're putting it in, this hand is going to open up flat and act as a blocking, squaring wall for both the top pack to square it up and the bottom pack as a wall. Put it in the thumb crotch. Open your hand up as such to square it up and also act as a block for this under packet. You're going to push in your hand, and your thumb is going to stay on top of this packet because it's going to help pull this packet over like that. And then you're just going to tap the cards on the table. And in a fast motion, it should look like that. And essentially, I was breaking the move down so slow that I had this part happening once we squared the entire packet up. But you should ideally be doing it as this is happening. So boom, as the cards are squaring up, you're already starting to rotate that over, allowing you to tap it on the table and square it up. And that is essentially the move. Just open that right hand up, pull, it's going to allow you to peel that packet over, tap it on the table. You may only need to do it once. So 10 of diamonds, just get it on the table, and you're going to control it to the top. And let me show you some of the angles that you can play with and some alternate angles to learn it from. So the only thing you really have to worry about here as far as angles is blocking the entire move with your right hand, and you can essentially do it from any position. Before I really get into the angles, I just want to touch on this very quickly. If you're standing up, or if you're sitting down at the table, or you're far back, or what have you, or maybe you don't have a table but you're sitting down, perfect excuse is to do the same thing, but instead cover it using your knee. We have the Jack of Diamonds. We're going to turn it over, do the move we learned, tap on the knee to get our Jack to the top. But in a normal speed, we have the Queen of Hearts here. It's going to look like a simple tap, squaring motion, and whether you want to do it on the table, blocking with your right hand, you know, with the motion of the cards and everything that's going on, even if they suspect something a little fishy, they're not going to catch it. Drew Gulak can't catch it, and he's a talented, smart guy. But he sees me with the 10 of hearts and I tap it on the table, he thinks that's still in the middle. So you're using it's always the squaring motion excuse. These cards are messed up, we've got to square it up. We have our card in the middle of the deck. Spectator gives us back the card. Here, put your card right there. Turn it over. And you can be facing them the whole time. This is just an exposed view. Boom, hand opens up. Tap, square, you got it. But you can be facing them the whole time, and even if you're completely surrounded by people, all you have to do at the last moment, which is nice even if you have the table, at the last moment all you have to do is, I'm squaring it up, but I bring it over to tap. And in that, because I blocked without doing the move prematurely, I didn't go like this, you know? I started to square it up, went over to the right to square it up, tap. So, as long as you are trying to block their sight before you start doing the pass, then you should be in the clear. And this is honestly an ideal, flawless, close to flawless, perfect pass that you can do with people staring right at you, watching you, so you're surrounded. You can have people over here even, because typically, maybe when you're younger it's hard to do, but when you're older, people who catch you won't spoil magic for the rest of the group. You can just kind of look at them and say, yeah, let's keep that between you and me, like it's our secret. Or they'll come to you later and they'll say, yeah, I think I know how you did that. I saw what you did at that moment when you squared the deck up and you got the card from the middle to the top. Yeah, man, like that's cool that you caught it. Like, let's just keep that our secret, cool? And then they'll typically agree to it. So, but even with them over here, you're talking, you are explaining a story. Whatever the case may be, you say their name, you just tap it, and you get to the top. And it's a very simple, I think, one of the easier moves to learn, and it makes sense for a lot of environments. And if you're standing up, all you have to do is bring your knee up and tap it on your shoulder. Let's say hypothetically, I'm standing upright, dot, 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 up, King of Diamonds, here. Tap it on the knee, and that's how I do it. If you're standing straight up, all you have to do is you turn to the knee where all of these cards are, the opposite hand rather, You lift your knee up and you tap it and just bring it back down. It's perfect. So this is the Hoffman pass, or the tabletop pass, or the knee pass. It is an awesome pass for beginners, intermediate, advanced, everything in between. Has basically everything you have. It keeps the move hidden, and it utilizes a Herman-like pass, which, as we learned, is easier than the classic pass. So we're going to continue the series. Thank you for watching. I'm Jarek120. Be inspired to learn, inspired to disturb, and always rise above. Classic pass. We've learned the Herman pass, and now we're going to upgrade the series and start to learn the elements that make the pass invisible. These fingers are curling underneath, allowing the bottom to come to the top. There's a break above the card that we need. The